Peloton is gifting you their best offer of the season. Get up to $600 off Peloton Bike, Bike Plus, or Tread packages. Choose the package that is right for you with accessories ranging from cycling shoes to non-slip grip dumbbells and more. Whether you have 10 minutes to spare for a strength class or 30 minutes for a running or cycling class, there's a workout that works for you with music that is truly iconic. So don't miss out on Peloton's best offer of the season. Visit onepeloton.com to learn more. All access membership separate. Offer ends December 6, 2022. Excludes Bike, Bike Plus, and Tread Basic. See additional terms at onepeloton.com.
This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Friday, July 9th, 2021, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando without any fireworks burns. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, fully intact, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Austin, Texas, author, podcaster, extraordinaire, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And from Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, mogul, and I just saw the first cut of his new music video, Derek Minor.
What up, though?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's good. He's wearing that sorry t-shirt that we all have in the video.
I wore mine
really
last night. Thought of you, Derek.
Derek, I got to be honest with you, buddy. I have worn it so much, the back graphic is coming off. Like a friend called me out because the front looks good and I never look at the back. And so I just keep putting it on. And a friend told me the other day, he's like, dude, what's up with your shirt? And so I looked and like half of the sorry is just hanging off. So FYI to the manufacturer.
Man.
Derek, when can the people expect to see the video? You know, not just the insiders.
Let me see. I think I just hit up our marketing and they said the 14th.
5 days, everybody. Make sure to check it out.
Nice.
There's characters. There's acting.
Right.
There's music. There's dancing.
Right.
There's a whole
I
theme
cannot
to
wait.
it. It's great.
Yeah.
Like if I wasn't a rapper, I would definitely be an actor.
Oh.
Like that's
Derek stereotypes all white people at one point.
as usual. Like that's what I do. This is my thing. But I mean, I don't know why y'all are surprised by this.
Okay, so for people, I don't want to give too much away, but there are there's some humorous dialogue throughout. I'll say that. Now, I'm assuming, Derek, most of that was maybe I'm assuming wrong. I'm assuming a lot of it was improv, for you guys were testing different things, during the shoot. How much is on the cutting room floor for the Derek Minor After Dark Too Hot for TV edition that we can just see you guys kind of riffing and testing and workshopping material?
So I was talking to the director. He was like, bro, I couldn't fit everything in there. He was like, you had so much stuff. He was like, I couldn't fit everything in there. But now it got pretty sideways. You know what I'm saying? I had a few milkshakes before I did the video. So
there's a clip that the white guy gets flustered, like legit flustered. Like he didn't know what to say. Derek's wanted to banter. The white guy got so flustered, he just kind of shut down. So I'm just
don't pump it up too much because I guess we're going to have to debrief next show with, you know what I'm saying? I'll see how people felt about it. But you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. This is the thing I love about comedy. This is the thing I love about even South Park or Family Guy. Is everybody can get it. So you know what I'm saying? Like the video is I'm also making fun of myself. Yeah. Everybody can get it. Hey, nobody's off limits because that's how you do. That's what makes this fun when we make fun of everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's equal opportunity humor. You know what I mean? Like, plus, it's just joking around. Who cares? You know, people
absolutely
are okay with.
So some comedians or some people enjoy humor where no one gets hurt. Derek likes the humor where everyone gets hurt.
Hurt people.
Oh, there it is.
Just got real.
Hey,
but no, when I was a kid, that's what literally my family would be like. Yo, right now, in my 30s, my family will pull something up from when I was 10 that might be the most embarrassing moment of your life. Like, hey, you remember when you was 10 and you did blah, 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 blah. And then everybody starts laughing and they start acting it out. And it's just, that's just what we do. Like if you don't have thick skin, in my family, you're going to be in trouble because and don't make a mistake. I'm talking about in church. Like I've literally seen people in the middle of church, something happened and like my family is just roasting them to each other. Like not out loud, but like, yo, did you see that? She fell down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's how we do, man. We have fun.
That's with some families, that's the love language. Like it feels awkward to like compliment someone, you know, in your like. I have like one of those family dynamics where it just if I'm like hanging out with my cousins or something like that, it's very awkward to be like, "Hey, I like your shirt." Like that would just not something we would say. Like if I liked my cousin's shirt, the way I would express that is by insulting his pants. He can assume at that point, because I didn't insult the shirt.
Right.
It's like that episode of Always Sunny where two of them are out for dinner and one of them's really desperate for a little affirmation. He's like, Dennis, can you just say one nice thing to me? Just one compliment. And he's like, fine. Your hair looks small. And like that is the best that's the closest he can get to a compliment. Like I can relate. I'm like, you know, I could get, you know, I don't sometimes just ribbing each other is a love language.
Right. Or like if I saw your shirt, like I'm looking at Jesse's shirt and I'll be like, yeah, you know, Jesse, you know what I'm saying? Your shirt looks great, man. It looks like you might be wearing your cousin's shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like what size is that, Jesse? Is that a medium or you know what I mean? Like,
he's wearing a medium.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's like, yo, I like your shirt. It's dope. It fits good. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna go right out and say it. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be like, love your pecs, Jesse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jesse, you look like you're healthy. You've been working out. No, you're wearing a shirt that's too tight because your muscles are bulging.
Exactly. You know? Because your muscles are bulging. I'm like, it's hot boy summer right now. You feel me? Like, you know, we'll have some fun.
Well, speaking of fun, we have a fun show in store. Coming up later, Japanese Breakfast joins us. She's an incredible artist. Not only great new album, which we cover in the new issue of Relevant, but she has a new book out, and the book just got optioned. It's getting turned into a film. So we got her right at the right moment. She is exploding. Japanese Breakfast is coming up. We also have a game at the end of the show. It's unlike any game we've ever done. And let me just say this. It involves our readers, it's based on feedback that we get here at Relevant. It's a game that we made based on all the hate comments that people post
this will be good.
under our articles. So you don't want to miss that. That's coming up.
Love it.
And then embrace the troll.
Exactly. We're just shining the spotlight on their hate. And that's coming up. But this is cool. Not only we get slices and everything, but relevant news this week is international. Tyler Huckabee, our roving correspondent, is in Paris right now, and so coming up next, we got relevant news from across the pond. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully the tech works. Tyler's going to be coming from Paris. It is late there. Just warning y'all, it's like dinner time, and in Paris they start drinking wine around 2 p.m. So. Who knows what we're going to get here?
Wow.
Lots of
big, tall glass of lunch wine.
That's what they do, yes.
Lit Tyler.
It's a French like when you go to McDonald's over there. Yeah, it's a cheeseburger and it's just a big McDonald's cup full of wine. It's unbelievable. I mean,
like the sweet tea.
Yeah,
the $1 sweet tea.
$1 lunch wine.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have like a fountain drink of. It's not like Coke and root beer and all that. It's like, okay, I'll get either a rosé, a cab, but it's all cheap. It's very cheap French wine.
What pairs well with the McFish? You want to get the Pinot.
Go with the white wine.
Pinot.
Pinot Grigio. Yeah. What time is it? 11 a.m. Yeah, you just drink the Pinot. That's We don't start the red. We don't start the reds till 12:30.
I just picture everybody in Paris better dressed than us with better food and like I just picture everything just being better.
We just had staff meeting right before this podcast, and we do Zoom and everything, and Tyler was there, and I'm telling you, he was munching on a huge long baguette during staff meeting. Aww. Like he's full in. He just went full French.
Goodness. I would be full in too. Yeah. I'm going to go get a glass of wine right now, guys, so we can all make Tyler feel at home. Like,
do the French just not worry about stuff? You know what I mean? Like, because like in America, I don't have time to go for a bike ride and to go fetch some bread. I just don't have the time. I got too much Too much going on all the time, but it seems like that's just the big. I have a couple of I have two French families that live on my street because I live near a joint forces like military base, so there's a lot of like French over. They ride their bikes to the grocery store every day. Okay, it's not like you go stock up a Costco run. No, right. It's a different lifestyle.
And they get the food they need that day, so it's fresh. The bread is hot. The wine is fresh pressed wine.
I think we can learn something from that though, because I feel like we can learn something from that.
Daily bread.
That's the craziest thing about this. When you watch like House Hunters and they're over in Europe, like the fridges are the size of like dorm mini fridges. And that's like for the whole family because they only have the food for tonight's dinner in the fridge. That's all they need. And maybe a little bit of milk.
And here in America, we've got like 3 freezers full of, frozen pizzas and deer meat and all kinds of stuff.
And you still wind up getting Chick-fil-A. Right.
Exactly. I just, you come back from a Costco run and you literally have like, DiGiorno's in, packed to the brim of like the box the size of like a washing machine would be moved in. And you unload and you finally get everything in and it's like, oh, I don't know, I guess we'll Uber eat some Chipotle tonight.
I'm too tired to cook.
So I don't have time to preheat the oven.
Right.
All right, well, let's get things rolling. Stay tuned. Up next, Tyler joins us from Paris.
You got the nerves, but they never show unless they hurt. So you blamed it all on my love, the movie. Hard I got, but I don't need a cure for me.
You're listening to Aurora. The song is Cure for Me. Well, this week's show is brought to you by The Reset 2021. The last couple of years have been challenging for a lot of us, and we're all looking for some sort of reset button. We have just what you're looking for. WeShare, powered by UHSM, is bringing you The Reset 2021, a faith, mental health, and wellness virtual summit, Saturday, July 24th, coming up. You don't want to miss this insightful and refreshing weekend as we hit reset to get our mind, body, and soul regrounded and back on track. The summit's going to include amazing speakers like Brittany Moses, Dr. Caroline Leaf, Tony Collier, Ben Corson, and so many more, as well as special performances from Jamie Grace and Morgan Harper Nichols. You can register now at weshare.events.com. Again, that's The Reset. It's coming up soon, Saturday, July 24th. You don't want to miss it. Register now at weshare.events.com. Okay, it is time for a special edition of Relevant News. Oh my gosh. Tyler brought his gear across the pond. And welcome from Paris, Relevant Senior Editor Tyler Huckabee, bringing us the intersection of faith and culture. What's happening this week, Tyler?
Bonjour, everybody.
He can't talk. He's too busy.
He literally is eating a baguette.
I had thought, because Tyler was holding a large, a comically long and skinny baguette, okay, as he came on to our little
and a bottle
Zoom.
Of lunch wine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he was holding his microphone behind the baguette, and as he's talking, I was like, please tell me Tyler wired a microphone into the baguette. and it would look like Tyler's microphone is just a giant baguette. I had thought that was I thought you had hollowed out a baguette, Tyler, and wired a microphone into it. I'm assuming that's how the French broadcast their news. Yeah.
Okay, so intersection of faith and culture. Right. Now, forgive me, I have been on a little bit of a working vacation over here, so I'm not sure that so I've been a little bit off the beat, but I think I've got something that is interesting. I'll be interested to hear you guys' thoughts about this. So as it turns out, France is in a bit of a fizz over Russia's new champagne label law. And this is really interesting because France, of course, has very strict rules about protecting its bubbly, which we could know as champagne. But of course, champagne isn't actually champagne, right? Unless it's from the Champagne region of France. Otherwise, it's just sparkling wine over here. But Russia has a new law that means only local producers can call their drinks what the Russians call champagnskoye. It's the equivalent of champagne over there now. So France's main champagne law obviously has created a lot of problems over here in the...
Tyler.
What's that?
What?
Yes.
What are you... This isn't the sort of thing that Relevant typically covers. the
intersection
champagne
of faith
label
and
laws.
well, it's big news. I felt like you guys would care about it.
I think you're getting your news only from Paris.
Well, no. I mean, no. I mean, I think that's no. We were just starting to get. Well, are you not interested in Russia's and France's tightening of champagne laws?
I would say the listener might be wanting us. They're tuning into Relevant for other sort of content than local Parisian wine industry news.
Okay. The
bit's not landing, is it?
I do like the way
This is the bit. This was the bit that he was only going to bring French news, and it's like this is just
no. It's all right.
now.
I did bring something real just in case that
the bit was supposed to be that it was really ridiculous.
I have something else.
We're all
It's
just
okay.
here
It's
quietly
okay.
interested in the
Don't even
label
worry
law.
about it. Don't even worry about it. Just roll right through that one. Roll right
Well,
through
I'm
that
like,
one.
okay, where's this going? Because Tyler always goes someplace else.
No. Lots of things happening. Lots of things happening in the world. It's not, intersection of faith and culture is a broad beat. So this is really. So I do think this is interesting. Now, so this is here we go. Okay, yeah, this is good. So as you know, in France, summer holidays are very important to the French people.
She's only going to tell us French news.
The government is trying to actually bend COVID vaccination policies over here in France to let the workers hit the beach without worrying about getting the second injection. But that's created a bit of a cultural divide over here between the
I thought we just established that the bit didn't land. You're doubling down on the French news. I thought we just established that the French news joke wasn't going to land.
So now you don't want real important news either? So we can't do... Really? Huh.
Okay.
So people are telling me how to do my job over here. Whatever. I got more. That's okay. We can do more. We got other stuff happening.
Yeah. Find something of broader appeal than just
I think
Parisian
that they would
news.
have landed more,
Got
Cameron,
it.
if we also would have had our lunch wine today. I mean, that's
That's
what we need.
Yeah.
We're not on the same page as Tyler yet.
Quick question: is all of their news related to alcohol? Is that pretty much all they're covering over there?
Oh man. The only news I hear about Paris is related to alcohol or like workers going on strike. That's all I hear coming out of Paris. It's one of the two.
That's
It's
really
unions or
actually-
alcohol.
If we're gonna be serious, like the revolutionary spirit in France, it's just baked into the DNA around here. That's why things. I heard you guys talking about like lunch wine in France and people just riding their bikes or taking all day to like have a long lunch. That's because people said that we're not going to go to work until you give us like 2-hour lunches. And eventually the government just had to be like, well, I guess they've got us there. They've got us over the barrel.
Can we do that here?
I like
Can we do
this.
that here? Yeah.
We're on strike.
Like, okay. Look, my French neighbors will have hangouts with the other French families, but an American family got invited along. We've all wanted to go to their dinner parties. Their dinner parties don't start till like 9:00 on a Wednesday, like in the middle of the week. Okay, they go literally all night, and they like put on plays and stuff. Like at the dinner parties. I mean, it's like a full, like an American dinner party is you come over around, 6:30, you fire up the grill, couple dogs, couple burgers. Everyone's kind of, heading back home around 9-ish, right? Like maybe we'll have a basketball game on in the background. Over there, it's a literal production. Like they have written original plays that they perform for each other at these things. You're not allowed to sit with, this is true, at these French dinner parties in my neighborhood, you're not allowed to sit with your spouse at the table. You have to sit with strangers. Like they want people mixing it up. It's a whole other culture, and I'm in. Everything about this. Staying up all night, riding bikes around,
2-hour lunches.
A whole lot. yeah, exactly.
I was walking from, I was doing some work at a little French cafe here, and I walked back to record this podcast. And there are people, it was 3:30 here when I was walking back, 3:30 in the afternoon, every cafe full, wine bottle out on the table, wine glasses full. These people look like they don't look homeless. Like they clearly have jobs, but they also, and I'm like, I'm the one who is technically on a working vacation right now. Working vacation is kind of the modus operandi in France. They're always on a working vacation. Like, yeah. I'll work today, knock it out. Anyway, back to drinking.
The only time you see people, the only time I feel like you see people just And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just the establishments that I frequent. But I feel like the only time you reliably see like Americans just day drinking is if they're at the airport, like headed somewhere, and you just get a pass at the airport because no one knows where you came from, what time zone you're on. Sure. Nobody cares. People, you see someone have like a frozen margarita at Chili's at 7 in the morning, at the Denver airport. Nobody cares.
Judgment free.
It sounds like the French it's just every cafe has that airport mentality. No, there's no judging.
Airport
anywhere.
energy. Yeah. Airport energy everywhere in this town.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Do you actually have any relevant news today?
Yeah. This is pretty big. This is important. And I'm glad. Thank you for asking, Cameron. I appreciate that. So the U.S. is expected to take a decision in the coming weeks around allowing visitors from France, whether or not we can come back into the country. This is according to Tourism Minister Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne. He told this to France Info today, and this is a quote here. The American diplomat source has spoken to a decision in the coming weeks. This is via connexionfrancais.com. I hope the next week. So obviously this is we're all looking at this pretty eagerly here, and I don't know which direction it's going to go. I don't know if you guys do either, but do you think that France should continue to allow U.S. citizens in?
Oh my gosh!
Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Anyone want to run with that one?
Sure.
Hey, look, Tyler,
here.
I just typed France into Google and hit news. And one of the first headlines is France has the lowest retirement ages in the world. Okay, great news. Everything about France. It's just all it is just confirming what we know. Like, there's a big film festival and everyone's hanging out and sipping. I don't know if they even drink mimosas. I don't know if that's too
lunch wine.
Lunch exactly.
Wine. Yeah,
like,
it's just wine.
France seems like it's pretty mellow. It seems like most of the news is related to people trying not to work. Like that was literally like the first headline. Like it's a big problem.
I think what France is known for: fashion and food and beauty.
Wine.
I mean, it seems like a good lifestyle to aspire to.
Yeah, I may not come back, and they do have it down to like if they feel like they're working too much, they strike. So they're not working at all.
I like this.
So that the government says, okay, you can come back to work and not work as much as you were beforehand. And they've just slowly over the centuries whittled down their work week one day at a time. Probably by the time, 2 generations from now, they're not going to be working at all. The government will just pay them to stay alive.
That's amazing.
I thought the biggest story in France was that woman who accidentally caused that mass. I shouldn't laugh. I think people were injured. I don't think anyone died or anything. And it seemed. I don't think it was any serious injuries. So I think it's fine to laugh, maybe. Horrific. But anyway, the woman at the Tour de France, right as the race started,
the sign.
Okay,
yeah.
Like I don't know, Tyler. How long is the Tour de France? Like 4 weeks or something?
Yeah, it's starting to wrap up today, I think.
So it's a bike race through the French countrysides with like hundreds of riders, and it's if you're watching it on TV, here's my observations from because I'm always kind of interested in the Tour de France. Like I'll turn it on. Okay, here's a couple observations, Tyler. Maybe you could set the record straight. Okay, you're over there, you're on the ground. I'm sure it's just the talk of the town. I'm sure everyone is just knocking off work even earlier and starting to drink even earlier. There's a lot to catch up with daily updates from the Tour de France. Here's my Here's a couple observations. One, the TV cameras used to film the Tour de France have evidently not been updated since the late 80s. Like, can they not get up one high def camera in the entire Tour de France? Like every time I tune in, it's all staticky, and it looks like I'm watching like a reenactment of the Tour de France that's like retrofitted with old technology. It's very strange. But the other thing too is evidently there are no rules if you're a spectator. Like you just kind of show up and you run down the street next to the racers. There's people wearing crazy costumes. But this poor woman, she had a sign for her German grandmother, and it said like "Hi, Grandma" or something in German. And she saw one of these evidently very old TV cameras, and I see why she was leaning out in the street. The lenses on these things are pretty antiquated. You really got to put it out there. Anyway, she's like leaning out in the street with the sign. And the bike, she does not see that the bike racers are right behind her. And they hit her and the sign, and it causes a massive pileup.
Like domino situation.
I mean, hundreds of cyclists were just falling all over each other. And I think the woman. So Tyler, Is this a big? Because I think she got in a lot of trouble. I think she may have been like arrested. Yeah. She's being sued. It's a bad situation. Is this the talk of the country? Is this like the biggest news happening over there?
Nobody's brought it up. Yeah. I decided not to bring this because I figured you all would already be up to date on this, since it's the only thing anyone's talking about, obviously. But I don't. I feel like she didn't. I don't know if they knew what law she broke. They're like, well, this should be a law, so you're going to jail. No, like it was like a retroactively made into you're in a lot of trouble for doing this. But like the pictures, if you look them up, they're pretty. It looks like an actual like a Michael Bay movie with entirely bicycles, just them falling over each other. It's bad.
I had assumed this was just wall-to-wall coverage, that people are still pretty worked up about this over there, Tyler. I can't believe they have time to argue about champagne when the Tour de France was nearly ruined.
Well, Tyler, thanks for all that breaking news from France. I know you'll be there next week as well, so we're looking forward to...
I'll keep you up to date.
And if you want the latest in French news at the intersection of faith and culture, check out relevantmagazine.com while Tyler's overseas, because that's pretty much all he's posting now. There's a big beret on our logo and a baguette down the side column of the site. Relevant. Go check out follow Relevant on all the socials.
Relevant.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tyler, man. All right, stay tuned. Up next, Japanese Breakfast joins us.
When I'm dreaming tonight, I can do anything. When I'm dreaming tonight, I can go anywhere. When I'm dreaming tonight, I can be anyone. So don't wake me up, don't wake me up. When I'm dreaming tonight, I can do anything. When I'm dreaming tonight, I can go anywhere. When I'm dreaming tonight, I can be anyone. So don't wake me up, don't wake me up. Leveling up, delete my history. Choose how you see me.
You're listening to Bastille. The song is Distorted Light Beam. Bastille, French. Well, today's show is also brought to you by BetterHelp. Is something preventing you from being happy or achieving your goals or keeping you from experiencing peace? With all the heaviness that's happening in our world, it can be difficult to find purpose and joy. And that's why there's BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You connect in a safe and private online environment and can start communicating in under 24 hours. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, and you can message your counselor anytime. To top it all off, it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. We want you to start living a happier life today. As a Relevant podcast listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/relevant. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/relevant. Well, our guest today is Michelle Zauner, author and musician, maybe better known as indie rock band /icon/buzzworthy artist Japanese Breakfast. His incredible new album out, but you also might know her from a recent book, Crying in H Mart, which is a memoir about her experience processing her mother's cancer diagnosis and death, which just got optioned to become a movie. We sit down with her to talk about the crazy year she's been having, how she got here, and what the future holds for Japanese Breakfast. Here is Michelle Zauner.
After struggling for such a long time and then experiencing a lot of success very, very quickly, do you feel like that extra amount of pressure, or like, oh no, like now there's like eyeballs on me and a spotlight on me, and this has become a whole different, way more complicated creative outlet than it was when it was just me working on my art?
I definitely feel that way, but I also think it's a good thing because it's like forced me to really push myself and work a lot harder and become a better musician and composer and producer. Because I never want to rest on any laurels, and I do know like what a real like lottery ticket I've won here, and I want to feel like I've done everything I can to deserve it. I will say I don't know if it felt like it happened quickly. It was really like it was a growth, like I spent 6 or 7 years like really doing like the grueling like DIY tour, and then Psychopomp came out. We did we did 3 tours in a minivan, before it grew into a 15-passenger van. For me, it's felt like a real climb, and now it's crazy that this year we're supposed to be on a bus and we're going to be expanding to 9 people instead of 6 people. So it's very exciting.
Crying in H Mart, I've found a very, very good, really profoundly moving read. And I'm curious about what the process of writing about your mom. How did that? Do you feel like that was that a way as you're processing your grief and that loss? Do you think that transformed your memory, or even in retrospect, your understanding of your relationship with your mother?
Absolutely. More than I even anticipated.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I went in trying to discover anything. I felt like I went in thinking I'm going to revisit some really beautiful memories that I have of my relationship with my mother and revel in those, because it's the closest way that I can, recreate being with her. I felt like I went in because I wanted to sort of expose how difficult it was to live as a caretaker and just how real that struggle was and purge it from my life in a way and bear the wounds of that experience. But I didn't realize how much I felt like I would learn about my mom in the process and also about myself. I just tried to explore our relationship as fully as and truthfully as possible. And I feel like I came out of that with such a profound appreciation of my mother and understanding of why I am the way that I am, and it's in a way that I couldn't have even anticipated, I think.
I do want to ask a little bit about Jubilee. It's pretty different, and it feels like a very, you're really exploring some emotions that I don't necessarily associate with Japanese breakfast. Where did the sort of elation and hope come from that seem to me like they really permeate this album?
I think I just wanted to fling myself to the other side of the spectrum of human experience. I think that I had written 2 records largely about grief and loss, and then purged all of those, everything I needed to say about that experience in this book, that I was sort of able to literally close the book on that part of my life and start this sort of new chapter. And I thought that the most unexpected and exciting thing to write about would be something totally different, like joy. I do think I write sonically joyous music. I think even the songs that are about grief in some ways can be really uplifting sounding. I really enjoyed that juxtaposition. In retrospect, I felt like it was a really wonderful experience because I felt like I really knew what I was doing in this way that I didn't know with the book. And I was so frustrated with my own stupidity with the book that I felt like, okay, this is something I know how to do. I've made a number of records before. I can, feel comforted by doing this again.
That was Michelle Zauner, aka Japanese Breakfast. Check out more of that conversation in the summer issue of Relevant. It's out now. Just go to relevantmagazine.com, click on the magazine tab, and it's right there. It's presented ad-free, thanks to UHSM. Okay, stay tuned. Up next, it Slices.
All I ever heard was good things about you in your ways. All I ever do is think of you.
listening to, you won't believe this, you're listening to Lil Yachty. The song is Love Music. Yes, that was Lil Yachty. Crazy. Well, today's episode is brought to you by podcast creation platform Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor yet, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. There are custom tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and every major platform. The cool thing is you can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
All right, what do you have, Jesse? Please say it's not French.
No, but I will say one thing about France. As I'm watching the Tour de France, that bike race was the most exciting thing I've ever happened in France or cycling. Okay, it was, the whole world wanted to know more and thought it was hilarious.
What, the
Here's
crash?
my idea. Yeah. So if we had the Tour de America, we just need to go full on Mario Kart style and allow the cyclists to try to crash each other. Like
they're throwing banana peels at each other and flames and stuff.
Throw turtle shells at each other.
Exactly. Tour de America, it's different. Okay. We're getting crashes. We're getting crashes like that every day. You don't have to watch for 3 weeks hoping you see one cool crash. You're going to get crashes every day. That's what I'm throwing out there. So get on it. ESPN or whoever. You played cornhole tournaments like half the time now on the weekends. Okay, I think it's time to level up here. All right, if there's an appetite for professional cornhole, trust me, Mario Kart cycling races, people will watch. Okay, here's my slice. This week, a group of concerned psychologists have come together to write an open letter that they hope will catch the attention of the FCC, the group that regulates communications in this country, because they are very concerned about a new trend in advertising called targeted dream incubation. Basically, advertisers trying to get their ads into your dreams. Now, this kind of first rose to some prominence through a gimmick that Coors, the beer company, did in the lead up to the Super Bowl. What they did is they would tell people to watch a short video, and then they would play an 8-hour soundscape throughout the night. Now, the combination of the content in the video and the sounds that you're listening to overnight the intent was to make people dream about Coors beer and wake up and just really want to consume that product. But according to these researchers, it's actually a strategy that if it becomes a little bit more mainstream and they use some of these in-home devices like Alexas and the Google Home assistants and anything that can kind of listen and talk back to us while we sleep, it could be a legit concern, because they've actually found that this whole idea of trying to get people to actively dream or at least formulate thoughts and ideas while they sleep unconsciously can be effective. There's a couple studies that they've done over the years where they would actually, in one case, while people slept that were trying to quit smoking, they would pump in the smell they would wait till the person falls asleep. And when they did, they would pump in the smell of cigarettes, but alongside of rotten tomatoes, rotten eggs. That kind of sulfury smell. After a couple weeks, it led to a lot of people quit smoking. There's also been other research about people that try to learn languages in their sleep, that it can sort of embed into your subconscious. But these psychologists are very concerned because they think it could actually be a pretty effective way to sell products unconsciously to people. They gave another example of, for instance, let's say there was a commercial for a product that was on TV all the time, but instead of a jingle playing, every time that product is mentioned, there's like a little sound or something that you automatically, like sort of a Pavlovian type of, that would trigger some sort of Pavlovian response.
Like when Jim would do a ding on his computer and then give Dwight a mint. Yeah. And then every time he dinged, Dwight would want a mint. And yeah.
So hypothetically, if if there was a large ad campaign that was trying this strategy and they targeted like Alexa devices, and if you were to kind of opt into this, it would play that sound at times when it knows you're asleep, especially if you have some sort of a device on that can let it know when you hit REM sleep, when you start to dream. They would play that sound that your ears would hear, but you would be in deep sleep. The idea is it would trigger you to start to actually dream about the product. So it is an interesting development, but right now
I don't like this.
But right now the Federal Trade Commission has not acknowledged the issue. So I don't think there's anything like necessarily immoral about it, but it is, sleep is like the only time you're not inundated with ads and consumer messaging. So, it is an interesting technology.
Would you have to opt into this if you had one of those devices in your room?
I mean, hypothetically, but again, opt-ins these days are often embedded in terms of use agreements that, most people don't slog through. I mean, when you download like iTunes or when you, a new iOS update, the terms of use is like 50 pages and of legalese, and I'm sure you're opting into all kinds of crazy stuff.
And even if you read it, you saw this little thing, we're like, well, I don't like that. You still need your phone. You got to accept it. Like you can't opt out of little parts of it. I mean,
yeah. Now I can see, Jesse, this could be good. Like if you wanted to start teaching your kids something, you could maybe if there's an option where you can like have something spoken over your kids while they're sleeping.
Obey your parents.
Yes.
Dad is right.
Yeah. Cut the grass for Dad. He would really appreciate it. I'm going to accept them.
And then they wake up and they're like, I'm going to cut the grass for you, Dad.
Always
and
take your dad's side and stuff.
What? You're all surprised.
Your dad is very cool. Your dad is very cool.
Yes.
All right. What do you have, Derek?
So Disney trademarked the God. I don't know if you guys have...
A God or the God?
Well, depends on what your theology is. Not playing.
The God of Abraham?
No, not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but the Norse god Loki, who is a comic book character. Some guy was trying to upload a drawing of Loki onto the internet, and he got flagged for copyright infringement. And it's from Disney because Disney has literally not copyrighted their character Loki, the god Loki. Or I guess because Loki is technically a god in the Marvel universe, they've copyrighted Loki, the Norse god, who's, we know about that mythology, right? So
it's not the actor
some
or the face of the actor of this new series. It's the entire concept of this god. Oh my goodness.
The concept of the god of mischief, Loki. They have copyrighted him.
I wonder if that would extend to Thor too, because obviously Thor is an ancient, I mean, even if you aren't connected to Marvel at all, the god of thunder, Thor, exists in mythology,
exactly.
Long before he was a comic book character. I wonder how far that extends,
Well, how far does it extend? So it's like in Bruce Almighty, can you copyright God, Morgan Freeman? You just copyright, you know what I'm saying?
I literally looked up, remember in 1998, there was an animated movie called Prince of Egypt about Moses by DreamWorks. So does DreamWorks own Moses and the God that Moses served?
Right. Where does it stop? You know what I'm saying? Like, where does it stop?
Yeah. Who owns the IP to mythology, or sacred text or whatever? I mean, I guess it seems like there would be a public domain type of thing.
Yeah, public domain. If something in literature is over 75 years old, it immediately enters public domain. So we could reprint Chesterton or we could republish old works royalty free. I mean, because it's public domain. So that is baked in. So I can't imagine that characters that existed pre 75 years ago in mythology or in literature could be trademarked or copywritten.
Disney said not so fast.
Well, Loki's new, but Loki's new,
No, Loki's a Norse god. Like So
Marvel brought
But
in.
is he a mythology?
Marvel brought in a real.
he exists
in mythology, the idea of Loki
I didn't know that.
is
Okay.
that science and religion, or science and magic is science that we don't understand. So technically, Loki and Thor are the Loki and Thor Norse gods. It's just you're getting a peek behind the idea of they're actually just, superheroes or whatever. So that's the kind of the concept here is, it's just that idea. So Loki is technically and Thor are technically the Norse gods. We just have a better understanding of how their world works. So Valhalla, all of that's all actual like Norse mythology.
I had no idea.
And all
That's
of that. So that's where it gets tricky.
Didn't Drake try to trademark not the song God's Plan, because obviously he owns the rights to that, but I think Drake attempted to trademark the phrase God's Plan after.
No, I think it was YOLO. I think it was You Only Live Once. I don't remember the God's Plan one, but I mean, Nas tried to copyright the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Because he put an album out entitled that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why since he couldn't copyright the N-word, he named his album Untitled.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who says yes or no to a copyright?
The federal trademark
the federal
office.
government.
Copyright?
Yeah, no, you submit for it. So
There's like a board, and
well,
it's not like one man who's like getting papers
No,
in.
no,
being like,
no,
all right,
it's-
we're going
it's
to
a-
trademark Loki.
no, there's a whole.
so trademarks and
whole,
copyrights are different. Copyright is a word or phrase or copy. Like I own or I wrote
Got it.
this, and a trademark
Uh-huh.
is the usage and visual of a brand or so you can trademark, like you can't trademark or copyright a book title because there's too many of them and the words are too common. So there could be 5 books
it.
with the exact same title. But if I did a logo of my book title, that can be trademarked and you can't use the exact design of my cover, that sort of thing. So
Got it.
All right. What do you have, Jamie?
All right. People talking to us in our sleep and trademarking things. I got something else that people are making people do. I got some international news, just like Tyler Huckabee. In Norway, legislators have passed new regulations requiring influencers and advertisers to label retouched photos in an effort to fight against unrealistic beauty standards. So that means if there is an influencer who's putting something up on social media, or advertisers where body shape, size, or skin has been retouched, it has to have a label on it that says that it has been altered. It would include, people make photos and they enlarge their lips, they narrow their waist, they exaggerate their muscles. I don't know about all that. Or even if you put a filter before the photo is taken, you have to say that it is. And so this is becoming, Norway says, a major factor in low self-esteem in young people. So they have got several studies that show a negative impact that social media has. And so they are making a stance and saying, if you alter your photo, you got to let people know that you did it.
How would they,
So-
first, a few things come to mind about this. How would they know, first of all, if you didn't label your altered photo? Like, it's not enforceable, if you did a good job. I mean, obviously.
Well, maybe there's a photo of me one day like this, and the next day I have big lips.
Yeah,
Right.
or maybe, or if it, but a lot of times it is
I don't know.
observable. You know what I mean?
True.
And they're-
but when they say alter, though, so like if I'm a photographer would take a photo or a photo shoot and it would be a raw photo and I'm going to fix in post production, I'm going to fix the exposure and the lighting and the tint, whatever. Is that now altered because it wasn't just raw imagery?
I think it's just on the person. So if you were to go in and slim down their waist,
What if they had red eye and I fixed red eye? Is that altering it? Or they had a big old zit on their cheek and I took that out? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, how far does this go and how is it enforceable?
What country is it, Jamie? You said
Norway.
that was doing this?
Norway.
I feel like they're, and this is, I know our French correspondent is gone and I've already insulted the Europeans with numerous stereotypes and generalities throughout this podcast. But it does seem like there's a lot of European countries that like seem pretty good at identifying problems, but coming up with terrible solutions to solving those problems. It's like if you go to any website that's based in the EDU now, it's just to read. If I want to read an article that from the Guardian that's going to take me 5 minutes to read, I have to every time go and accept some cookie policy or some opt in to all this stuff because the EU passed a law about we have to get notifications about cookies and all that kind of stuff. It's like I get the impulse to allow people to have the control of that, but it's made using the internet very difficult because it's like, they've identified an issue, but the solution is terrible. And it's same thing with this. It's like, I think we all can agree that unrealistic beauty standards can cause a lot of problems within a culture, but is the right method of actually tackling those problems to require advertisers to disclose anytime they Photoshop an image, or can you incentivize more natural beauty standards instead of punishing people for it's still free expression. Using Photoshop's still free expression. Do you want to attack that, or do you want to incentivize, like I said, natural beauty standards? It seems like just the wrong solution to a problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for Slices. Oh, say, before we wrap up Slices, Derek, I just wanted you to experience with our listeners the viral video of the very hip and cool pastor a few years ago trying to be relevant to the young people in service, rapping God's plan.
No.
Drake, I want you to know Jesus Christ saved my soul. He baptized me with the Holy Ghost. I want to die right now. Can I die? That is why I say. That is why I say.
Oh, so that was just the intro.
God's plan. I'm talking about God's plan. You gotta have God's plan.
Why is he growling at the end?
Jesus wants you to have God's plan.
God's plan. That boy.
Oh, goodness.
That man sound like Stone Cold Steve Austin or Hulk Hogan.
Let me tell you something, brother.
For the visuals, for listeners, this is an older senior pastor in a big sanctuary wearing jeans, an untucked Hawaiian shirt, and a backwards baseball cap.
You know that the picture of Steve Buscemi and is like, he's like, hey, I'm a kid or whatever, like, hey guys or whatever. This is that. It's that thing,
God's plan. I'm like, what are you doing?
Like, Cameron, I thought you were going to play us a church blooper, not a sketch from I Think You Should Leave season 2. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what it sounded. That honestly, it looked like a bad sketch comedy bit, a surrealist sketch comedy bit.
Oh my gosh,
I want to die right now, but that's
so
okay.
bad.
It's okay. I'm gonna live for all of y'all.
He's propelling the culture. I mean, he's like, rap is what the young people are into. So he's, trying to do whatever he can to reach them for Jesus. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, it is Our Game featuring our favorite readers.
Love is letting go. Love is letting go. Love is letting go, my darling. But you don't know. I'm getting low. I'm setting up my painful lessons. I can make the man I let you
You're listening to Chinatown Slalom. The song is Love is Letting Go. All right, it is time for the game. The moment is here. Tyler titled this. Now, remember, he's in French, and there's a lot of lunch activities that he is enjoying. So here's the title.
Cure for the comment cold.
The cure for the comment cold. Every day here at relevantmagazine.com, we strive to cover the intersection of faith and culture with clarity, wisdom, wit, and passion. This is his copy. And while we never want to cause trouble, you can't please everyone all the time. And many of our readers are more than happy to let us know when a certain article didn't do it for them. We're grateful for every reader at Relevant, but we can't help but feel that some of these comments came from people who didn't maybe read the thing they're commenting on.
What?
Each of the comments below is a real comment left by a real reader on one of our articles about faith, life, culture, and justice. Your mission, contestants, is to figure out what the article was actually about based on the comment. Okay. So I'm going to read the comment, and then I will give you two options of a story that this comment was to. One is the real story, and one is not. And you will have to choose which one's the real story based on the comment. So all three of you are going. We'll have 4 rounds. And so we'll just go in order. Here we go. Jesse, you might have an advantage here because you were front lines with these commenters for years.
Good Lord, was I ever? Okay.
When Jesse's
going to start twitching in his eyes.
Exactly.
When Jesse told me that he needed to, after 15 years, he needed to move to a different phase of his career and change his role with Relevant, he told me, I'm just tired of Christians. And
I hate that.
Well, here we are.
I'm getting there. Hey, Jesse, I'm getting there with you, brother. I might have to come work with you, bro.
I might need a new job. They are exhausting. For people that should be known by their love, they are exhausting, peculiar people.
There's no hate like Christian love, boy.
Exactly.
All right. So first one up, Jesse, we'll start with you. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's the comment from Victor Vaduva.
Oh, you're telling their names?
Hey, they put it on the public internet. Why not?
Cameron's spicy with it.
Wow.
Hey, Cameron.
I love it.
Hey,
all right,
Clark,
Victor.
Hey, every time he say a name, bro, I need you to play gunshots.
Victor Vaduva said, Relevant has become the gutter of pseudo-journalism. Was he referring to an article called So Hey, Can Disney Just Trademark a God? Based on Derek Slice? Or was the headline, WandaVision's Catherine Hahn got her start on Salty the Singing Songbook? Relevant has become the gutter of pseudo-journalism.
Do we just jump in or what?
No, this is for Jesse. Jesse's up first.
Oh, okay.
Well, here's a fun fact about I feel like, maybe this is just a persecution complex, but I feel like I was very good at getting people like Victor. When I was writing headlines and choosing content, to get angry, to get irrationally angry about the tenets of journalism. Mind you, look, it's not like I didn't go to like Columbia, but I have a journalism degree. I don't know if Victor does, but I'm glad he's telling me what is and isn't journalism.
Yes.
And I feel like the stories I would select would always be the ones who would get, the journalism professors out of the woodwork. And I actually sent that one to Tyler. I sent that in a text one night. Hey, dude, I've listened to this pod about Catherine Hahn, and she was Salty Season Songbook. I'm going to guess it's that one.
So we ran an article talking about the star of WandaVision, Catherine Hahn, getting her start on the church play Salty the Singing Songbook, and it's on her IMDb. It is her first acting gig, okay, in the church. We ran it. It's funny, lighthearted. And Victor Vaduva commented, Relevant has become the gutter of pseudo-journalism. You are correct, Jesse. That is the article that he commented
Victor Vaduva. What's his name? Victor
Vaduva.
Medulla oblongata. Victor Medulla oblongata.
All right, Jamie, you're up. This is Bobo Tog, Taog. Bobo Tog. Here's the comment. If hell has a veil, it is woven by clickbait managers focused on engagement. I hope when you go into your small meetings that this is a real banger of a comment for you to bring up. I didn't even click on it because I don't want to give you the dust of my ignorance as a salt to your wounds. This is the kind of softball in an MLB world that gets you knocked out of the park. Call me for more info. It's your boy 844 the Devil. Is that comment?
Hey, you guys can see why I needed a career change after 15 years.
Yeah.
Was that comment on the article Relevant recommends God Spare the Girls by Kelsey McKinney? Or Noah Hawley says his Alien series will continue the franchise's exploration of inequality and greed.
How could it be on either one of those?
It's our
You
readers.
should see an actual controversial story. What happens then?
I was waiting for you to give me something
Clickbait,
about.
like
I don't even.
see
clickbait.
they've lost weight. Yeah, no. We were
Yeah.
we
Oh my
recommending a thoughtful God Spare the Girls by Kelsey McKinney, or were we talking about how the Alien series will continue the exploration of inequality and greed, also substantive?
My man Bozo was triggered.
Aliens.
Oh, you knew what it was.
That comment was posted under Relevant Recommends God Spare the Girls by Kelsey McKinney.
Oh my gosh, Bobo.
Bobo, hey, Bobo, real talk. What do you do for a living, homie? Because how would you like me going into your job, okay, and just ranting wildly about something totally innocuous that is part of your job? Like, that's what I want to say to these people. You think, yeah, I'm going to bring it up in a meeting, not because you have any validity to your comment, but who types this out? Who is spending the time? Like, what do you do, Bobo? Tell me, because I would like to go visit your manager. I would like to try to interrupt one of your meetings with a salty comment about something completely innocuous.
Derek, you're up. Jeremy Huff commented this. I'm shocked daily in regards to the amount of progressive indoctrination, especially within the Christian millennial space. They have no clue and knowledge of history, because if they were informed, they would be scared crapless about the historical and current evil, lies, and tyranny of the progressive Marxist left. Also, it shows American pastors have utterly failed in defining evil, i.e., if a specific ideology fervently fights to extinguish unborn life, they are evil, and all other mantras of their progressive woke religion is fraud and lies to control. Was that comment under the article, The Unprecedented Heat Wave in Oregon is Getting Deadly? Or a third way between war and pacifism?
First off, y'all, I'm gonna just give y'all a rule of thumb. Yeah. If it's over 3 sentences, you jump the shark. If it's over, like, bruh, I'm not gonna even lie. I went and made a sandwich halfway through the comment because it's just like, I'm like, bruh, I'm not reading this.
But they gotta tell us how progressive we are. Is it the unprecedented heat wave in Oregon is getting deadly, or a third way between war and pacifism?
The obvious choice is a third way between war and pacifism. But I am so concerned that this is a psych out. But I'm going to go with the obvious choice.
Okay. That comment about our Marxist is the unprecedented
Oregon.
heat wave in Oregon is getting deadly.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Who is this, Jordan?
I knew it, bro. I knew. I was like, it's too. It was on a platter for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so here's you're up, Jesse. Here we go. So the score right now is 1-0-0. All right, here we go. Jesse, you are up. Here we go. The comment is, and yet Cardi B's WAP is still championed as a modern day transcendent work of art. Was that the comment by Rob Smith under Matthew West apologizes for song, or the definitive ranking of bands from Christian's pop punk glory days?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Matthew West deletes the song.
Matthew West apologizes for song, and Rob Smith said, and yet Cardi B's WAP is still championed as a modern day transcendent work of art, which is news to us.
Yeah, Jesse, you got an intimate relationship with these people, bro.
You're talking about getting incepted with nightmares. You trust me. I've published a lot of things over the years, Derek, and people have had
I feel like you need therapy after this today's show.
Yeah, this is PTSD for me. Yeah.
Jamie, you're up. Welcome to the family. Okay, Mark Dromswy says, American Christianity is something foreign to the scriptures. Was that under Sadie Robertson on Finding Hope in Hard Times? Or can patriotism become idolatry?
Woo, that's a rough one.
I mean, it feels like the obvious would be with the patriotism comment. But I'm nervous that someone started saying stuff about Sadie. I'm going to go with the crazy, and I'm going to go that it was under Sadie's article.
Mark Dromswy's reply, American Christianity is something foreign to the scriptures, was under the article Sadie Robertson on Finding Hope in Hard Times.
People be crazy.
What is wrong with these people? Do you hate everything that is happy?
Yes, they do. They do. Not only that, they want to tell
what
people
is the problem? Who hurt you, Mr. Drumsky? Bro, who hurt you, Mr. Drumsky?
All right, Derek, Brent Hellwig said, Could be your dumbest post ever, Relevant, and that's saying a lot. We don't drink coffee, we drink bourbon. Was that under what your coffee says about your theology? Or how to master the cheap date without being cheap? 2 lighthearted articles. What your coffee says about your theology, or how to master the cheap date without being cheap.
And he said we don't drink coffee, we drink
Could
bourbon.
be your dumbest post ever, Relevant, and that's saying a lot. We don't drink coffee, we drink bourbon, by Brent Helwig.
All right, last time I went with the obvious choice. This time I'm gonna go with the least obvious choice. Is we gonna and a lot of these dudes probably don't have a lot of dates, so we're gonna do the dating one.
The article was what your coffee says about your theology, and he didn't like it because he drinks only bourbon, not coffee. So there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
You know.
Dang, I'm out here lacking, but I'm not even gonna lie. I don't understand any of these people. So,
Jesse, here we go. Here, bro, I'm Josh. At Bro I'm Josh on Twitter says, please tell me what holidays I can celebrate since you know everything and I want to be relevant. Was he talking about our Instagram video on Christian nationalism, or Juneteenth is an official holiday?
I'm going to say Christian nationalism.
We posted an Instagram video on Christian nationalism, and Bro I'm Josh said, please tell me what holidays I can celebrate since you know everything and I want to be relevant. So there you go.
You know the most negative comments I ever got on a piece.
I can't believe you're 3 for 3, buddy. They're in the final round.
Trust me,
they got an intimate relationship.
I know these people. I know their psychology. But, okay, you know the most negative comments on a piece I ever got. It was one of the most. Well, I can't even take claim for its authorship, right? Like it was a piece that was shared hundreds of thousands of times. I got more negative and more personal, like tagging me personally in things, like to say nasty, mean things. And it was what Jesus says about the immigration issue. It was something along those lines. And the piece was literally just 12 Bible verses and a link for people to read. No commentary.
Scriptures.
No commentary.
It wasn't what Jesus. It was what the Bible says about immigration, and it was just scripture.
So you didn't even have your personal
Nothing.
opinion.
It was the Bible said this about immigration, and people called Jesse
like
out, threatened his family. It was horrible.
like legit
Threatened
scary
his
stuff.
family?
Dude, I'm telling you,
bad. It was bad.
And it's like,
Hey y'all, I'm putting in my 2-week notice.
dude, I am telling you, you start to lose faith in like humanity a little because you're like, dude, okay, what is inspiring people?
Have you read the Bible? Because this is just the Bible. We're not doing anything.
Plus,
How are Christians threatening people's family?
Like, if you encounter an idea you don't like on the internet, why do you have to go and blast some stranger about it? You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, Jamie, you're up.
Guys, I'm gonna make a bold statement real quick, and people are gonna get mad about it. I think a lot of these people who are Christians commenting may not actually know Jesus. So there's that.
I ain't mad at that. I'm gonna tell you right now though, you threaten my family, bro, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Well,
all right, here's the comment by Keith at Reality CK Time. No, Keith at Reality CK Time. That's his handle. All right, here's the comment. Where's the relevance to what this organization was founded upon? I remember the day I picked up my first relevant magazines in quotes, and was excited to see a fresh approach. Fresh has turned more and more non-relevant over the years as to the kingdom. Was he referring to what does it mean to be a Christian feminist or Christianity's most famous beer enthusiast?
Keith, I could see where he could go either way with this. He might be opposed to the beer drinking. He's definitely opposed to the feminists.
Absolutely.
I'm going with the feminists.
Oh, no. He was mad that we did a list that included C.S. Lewis and other people who said glowing things about their love for beer. And therefore, we have other faith leaders over the eons. All right, Derek. Richard Sanborn said, Tyler, he called Tyler out by name. Tyler is frightened because he believes that faithful Christians are the fascists while ignoring the shrieking horde of orcs in the comment section here that bully, denigrate, and harass anyone who dares speak words that are not approved by the CRT social justice lexicon. All right. Was it under the article, "This General's Response to Critical Race Theory is Worth Your Time," where we posted the clip a few weeks ago? Or the article, "Who really said, quote, when fascism comes to America, it will be wrapped in the flag and carrying a cross?" So that was an article headline. And it was
Those are both triggering because it's either the Patriot, CRT Patriot, or the race and faith. So, or fascism and faith.
I just thought it was interesting that whatever the topic was, if it was fascism, he brought CRT into his comment. If it was the CRT one, he brought fascism into his comment.
It's like,
he's just going to go over.
He all the buzzwords, freaking progressive liberal jerks. I'm at a loss. I'm going to go with the general.
No, it was the article, "Who really said when fascism comes to America, it will be wrapped in the flag and carrying a cross?" Not our words. We were quoting a famous Christian leader who said that, and Richard Sanborn called Tyler out by name. Anyway,
I'm all for three, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, good. I'm glad too. You remain pure. Last week's podcast, Jesse, you remember your slice? The game's over. You won, Jesse, in a landslide. Congratulations.
Congrats, Jess.
And we're sorry.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm like. I don't know if it needs to. Congrats.
Yeah, well, part of my soul has died, but anyway, feels good to put that W on the board.
Jesse, if you remember last week on the podcast, you brought a slice about the Ark getting marooned and stuck in England, right? Joe Allen Doty decided to post underneath our Instagram saying, "Hey, we have a new podcast and we have great guests and stuff." Joe Allen Doty, I didn't listen to the podcast, but I do know that Noah's Ark was not a boat. The Hebrew word translated as ark literally means box. The Ark of the Covenant wasn't a boat. So there you go.
He listened to the.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Tell me you just listened to the Bama podcast one time without saying you listened to the Bama podcast.
So there you go, Jesse. That's your feedback on last week's slice, buddy.
Good. I'm glad people are digging it and expressing, are still very kind to my work. Feels very good to spend my professional life doing something that has impacted so many lives positively.
Hey, and public service announcement, all of you listeners, if you have something mean to say, if you wouldn't say it to our faces, don't write in a comment. There you go.
Yeah, if you see me in the street, I dare you to say it in my face. I dare you.
I dare you to say it to my face.
I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of hoping that the comments wrap up because I'm enjoying cooking y'all live on the podcast. So I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know, I've got all the smoke for you, big guy. All the smoke. I want it all.
Earlier this week, you said if you won't say it to our face, Jamie, you saw that video go viral like on Monday, where that racist dude was like calling out his neighbors. He was on film and he then knew he was being filmed and he was saying it right to the dude's face. And then he said to the camera, my name is such and he said his address, like, you can't touch me. And then 2 hours later, 100 people showed up. Cops showed up and they pulled him out of his house. Everybody's throwing stuff at him, booing him. It was great.
Hey, look, that's what happened when it go. Yeah, bro, it go to your head real fast. But it's real life consequences for that foolishness, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pro tip: if when you're out there, but obviously there's a lot of people in this country who have not learned. If you're out there committing hate crimes, and saying identifiable information, we're still a nation of laws, and you're going to be arrested. And maybe just
that dude, he was conditioned based on he was one of those Twitter guys just saying whatever he wanted to say with no consequence, and he just thought the real world worked that way, and he found out real quick that it don't.
It don't. Look, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm serving fair warning. If you address me by anything other than Mr. or Derek Minor in the street, bro, just you gonna be missing some teeth. Like,
hey,
it's not a game.
In the real world, I have never met anyone who's like read any of the work we've all done together, or listened to any of our shows that has been anything but kind in real life. Like,
our actual
facts. It's these weirdos.
It is isolated. Well, I can't say totally isolated, but it seems pretty isolated to people's just feel empowered on social media. And two, look, it's easy to watch something or read something and not think about the person as a human, whether it's an athlete or it's a writer or someone on a podcast, or I don't know if you guys have watched that new Netflix. I know we're coming up on time here, but like that Netflix show that debuted about the music industry, and each episode kind of takes a very deep dive into some kind of like a trend. And they did an episode on auto-tune, and the history of auto-tune is really fascinating. It's one of the best hours of TV I watched all year. But anyway, one of the primary subjects on it is the artist T-Pain, who got his start by he really kind of brought auto-tune to the mainstream. And, because of that, a lot of people gave him, kind of a hard time or called him kind of a gimmicky artist. And you realize
he's super talented. If you watch his NPR Tiny Desk where he actually sings without autotune, dude is unbelievable.
And a very sweet human being, actually.
Yeah, they actually play a clip of the NPR thing on the on that Netflix documentary, and kind of talk about how that was really a turned kind of public opinion about him. But anyway, you watch it, and this guy has suffered real mental health consequences while he was making some of the most popular songs in the country. Was going through deep anxiety and depression because people were just clowning him all the time.
Usher,
and he's still a person.
Usher specifically pulled him aside and said, "Bro, you ruined music." Yeah. And he said after that comment, he entered into a 4-year depression.
Because he was facing it on Twitter all the time, too. It's just like, dude, these are human beings, man.
And that's the thing. Our words matter. Even the Bible says the power of life and death is in the tongue. You know what I'm saying? And and it's not... saying something audibly, writing it down, in whatever way your words actually affect people. But I'm gonna echo what Jesse said. Like, every relevant podcast listener that I've ever met in real life has been legit. But what I've noticed is, even with my own platform, the people that cause the most stink, that are like, get mad, they're really usually the fair weather fans. You know what I'm saying? They're the guys that just, they may have heard a song once or twice, popped up and like, let me see what this guy is up to. And then there becomes this weird obsession with putting yourself at the opposite of everthing I say. So if I'm like, hey guys, let's go to heaven, they're like, nah, we going to hell. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's like literally, you just want to be at the opposite of everything that I say, because for some of these people, that unfortunately, with the insecurity that they face, that may be the only spotlight that they get, rather than being, happy with who they are and what they have. A lot of times these guys are they're looking for something to either invalidate you to make them feel better, or to, it's really sad, really.
Yeah. And I learned just recently when they did that article about our family in the Post, is that, what was that? Like, I don't know, 1,500 words maybe. Yeah. And, we talked to her for 10 hours, and then people would read that and make a full life assumption about myself or my family, when really they don't even know me. They only know what they read. And that is what you have to remember as well. You're reading something, you're like, that is not the full life story of somebody. It's a snapshot of one thing in their life. And it's not even all encompassing.
And it's a person's opinion on that one thing in your life. So that may not even be the real reality of whatever is happening. We just got to do a better job of treating each other like human beings. I just really believe that.
Because the reality is, it's fine to attack ideas. It's not fine to attack people, right?
Facts.
Like, someone can say something I don't like, and I can have a thoughtful response without attacking that person. And the people, and from my experience, and this is anecdotal, but I feel like I have a lot of anecdotes of it, producing content for different types of audiences over the years. The one audience that always, always, always seems to default to attacking the person, not the idea, seems to be Christians. I've worked on stuff that's for, non-religious audiences, and they're fine attacking ideas and giving the human the benefit of the doubt 90% of the time.
Wow, Jesse.
But when you do it for Christians, they go straight for the person. And
I hate that.
But that honestly has been my experience with, and that's anecdotal. It's my own experiences, but I bet there's a lot of people who have some manner of platform, who have performed for or written for or created content for different audiences, and I think it's a pretty safe bet that they would have a similar experience. Ask like a Beth Moore, or ask, not even someone who has become, quote unquote Christian controversial. Yep. Ask anyone who's had a platform that has done stuff for both audiences, and tell which audience is more likely to attack the person instead of the idea. And it plays itself out. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be just a pattern that constantly plays itself out.
We have to do better. This is embarrassing. Yeah. It's not a representative of Jesus. So I love how we took this game, this funny game, and now we're like throwing down life lessons. Come
Let's
on,
get
guys.
it. It's beautiful.
Let's do it.
My favorite thing is through humor and satire and parody, making a point without saying the point. That was this game. It's like, come on, people, we can do better.
Yeah.
Right.
The best, I listened, there was when the former President Obama put out his recent book a few months ago, and I was listening to an interview with him that was in the New York Times, and he said, the best lesson he learned about how to influence people and how to win quote unquote arguments. He's like, if you can make your opponent's case better than they can, you'll always win an argument. Mm-hmm. You'll always win a debate because it shows you put the thought into actually understanding why that person thinks what they do. And you're not going after that person's humanity. You're trying to get to the core of their idea. And if you can argue their case better than they can, then you have a better understanding of the idea. And I feel like that's a really powerful thing. Like if I want to attack something like critical race theory or Marxism or whatever kind of these hot buttons are, you better know it better than the advocates for it, because that shows at least you engage with it and not just I'm mad at something because Tucker Carlson told me to or whatever, And
maybe
again,
maybe like do the work to click the article and read it first before you comment based on the headline. Thank you very much. All right, that'll do it for the debut of
Cure for the Comet Cold.
Hey, before we wrap up, I want to thank Japanese Breakfast for joining us today. Her memoir, Crying in H Mart, and her latest album, Jubilee, are both available now. Go check them out and check out the feature with her in the summer issue of Relevant. It's available right now. Biggest feature lineup we've ever done in an issue. It's available right now. RelevantMagazine.com. Just click on the magazine tab, and it's presented with many thanks. It's presented ad-free by UHSM. Go check it out. Summer issue Relevant. Check out the Japanese Breakfast feature. It's great. Also, while you're at the site, make sure to sign up for our new daily newsletter. Bring you the top 5 trending stories at Relevant every morning. You can sign up right there on the homepage at relevantmagazine.com. It's curated down just to the best of the best, most trending content. Also, make sure to head over to the faith section and check out our daily devotional series, Deeper Walk. It's presented by Lumo. There's a morning devotional every weekday. You can sign up for our morning email so you can kind of wake up with devotional being the first thing in your inbox. And you can also check out the Deeper Walk daily podcast wherever you get your podcast. It's awesome. Listen to it every day. Okay. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
Leave his family alone.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
And I'm Derek Minor.
We'll see you next week. Be nice on the internet, everybody.
For listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Cut the grass for Dad.
Relevant Podcast Network.